Hey, fish folks, this is Matt, and welcome back to GlassBox Hatchery. Today we are talking about Ameca Splendens, one of the most fascinating, misunderstood, and endangered live-bearing fish in the aquarium hobby. I originally got these fish because of how strange their reproduction is, and only later realized I was keeping a species that is functionally extinct in the wild. And once you understand their biology and their story, it completely changes how you look at them. Ameca Splendens are not just another live bear. They're not guppies, they're not mollies, they're not platies with different colors. They belong to a group of fish called goodeids, and unlike most livebearers, they produce using a structure called the trophotaenia, and it's essentially an umbilical-like organ that connects the developing fry to their mother. That alone makes them unusual, but their conservation status makes them important. Here at Glassbox Hatchery, we focus on observing, breeding, and documenting fish, especially species that don't get a lot of attention in this hobby. Ameca splendens are a perfect example of that. Before getting into where they come from and why they matter, I want to talk about how we actually keep them because husbandry plays a big role in their success. Ours are kept at 73 degrees, which is cooler than most people keep their live bearers. They do very well in slightly cooler water that's pretty stable. Their tank is planted, but intentionally planted with hardy, fast growing plants because they will nibble on vegetation. We include plants that can handle grazing rather than delicate aquascaping plants. For tank mates, we keep them with male endlers only. Endlers work well because they don't have long flowing fins. They're quick and they don't harass the Mechasplendens. We avoid long fin guppies because the Mechasplendens will nip longer fins. They aren't aggressive fish, but they're bold, curious, and constantly interacting with the environment. They are social fish and do best kept in groups. We have five. Ameca splendens are native to western Mexico, specifically the Ameca River basin. Historically, they were found in clear, slow-moving rivers, springs, and shallow waterways with vegetation. These were not extreme blackwater environments or ultra-soft systems. The water was generally clear, moderately mineralized, and stable. Seasonally, this region experiences a dry season, followed by a rainy season that brings cooler water, increased flow, and fresh nutrients into the system. Those seasonal shifts likely play an important role in their natural breeding cycles. Unfortunately, Amecasplendens are considered functionally extinct in the wild. Their natural habitats have been destroyed or heavily altered due to agriculture, water extraction, pollution, and the introduction of invasive fish species. While there are occasional reports of small remnant populations, for all practical purposes, the aquarium hobby is what's really keeping these species alive. That places real responsibility on the people who choose to keep them. Our Mechasplendens came from somebody who originally obtained them from Greg Sage, who many hobbyists recognize as one of the most important figures in library conservation. Greg has played a major role in maintaining pure bloodlines, distributing fish responsibly, and keeping species like the Mechasplendens alive long after their habitats have been destroyed. We're actively in contact with Greg and plan on acquiring more of his fish once it warms up a little bit. It's pretty cold here in Knoxville, Tennessee, and we're in the winter season right now. So we'll hopefully get some more from him when we can safely transfer fish through normal shipping. Now let's talk about the feature that originally drew me to these fish. Ameca splendens do not develop like typical live bears. Instead of relying only on yolk, they developing fry are connected to the mother via trophotaenia, which functions similarly to an umbilical cord. This allows nutrients to be transferred directly during development. As a result, they give birth to fewer fry, but the fry are larger and more developed at birth. In some cases, you can even see remnants of the umbilical structure after they're born. This form of reproduction is extremely rare in aquarium fish, and it makes Mechasplendens biologically fascinating. Ironically, I got them for this reason before I even realized that they were endangered. Now let's talk about breeding because there's a lot of misunderstanding here. Ameca splendens are not difficult to breed when kept properly. Our group hasn't produced fry yet, but that's simply because they're not old enough yet. As you can see, the males are getting some yellow on their back fins and they're starting to breed right now, so hoping to have some fun in the next couple of months. But um, in established groups, Ameca splendens actually breed pretty reliably. The reason that you don't see them everywhere is not because they're hard to keep or reproduce. The real reason Ameca splendens are rare in this hobby is simple. They're not flashy. They don't have vibrant neon colors, they don't have long flowing fins, and they don't immediately stand out in a fish store tank. Their appeal is subtle. It's in their behavior, their social dynamics, their biology, and their conservation story. Because of that, many aquarists overlook them entirely, and that creates a strange situation. Ameca splendens are hardy, adaptable, and capable of reproducing in captivity, yet they remain endangered because not enough people choose to keep them. Their survival depends less on difficulty and more on interest. Ameca splendens are living proof that aquarium fish can be more than decoration. They are a reminder that hobbyists can play a real role in conservation whether they intend to or not. If you're interested in endangered species, rare live bearers, or fish that challenge what we think we know about aquarium keeping, consider subscribing to the channel. I'll continue documenting this group, future breeding, and future additions from the established conservation lines from Greg Sage. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.